Curious, engaging, beneath our feet lies a fragmented history book spanning 4.54 billion years. The problem is, Earth's crust is incredibly messy. Tectonic plates smash together, and glaciers tear across continents, leaving us with missing chapters and torn pages jumbled entirely out of order. If a geologist finds a layer of limestone in England and a layer of sandstone in Australia, there is no obvious way to tell which one formed first just by looking at the rock itself. The solution came from the organisms trapped inside those layers. Early geologists noticed that specific sets of extinct animals, like this trilobite, appear in a consistent vertical order no matter where you travel. This is the principle of faunal succession. Widespread, recognizable index fossils act like page numbers, allowing us to accurately organize sedimentary rock from oldest to youngest. By tracking these index fossils, pioneers like William Smith correlated rock formations across vast distances. They could look at a map and match a fossil zone in one region to the exact same zone miles away, building the first sequential geologic eras. But a sequence is only half the story. Faunal succession gave scientists a relative timeline, placing the events in the correct order, but it offered no way to know exactly how many millions of years ago those events actually happened. To assign exact numeric dates to those rock layers, geologists look for tiny, resilient minerals called zircon crystals. When zircon forms inside cooling volcanic rock, it naturally incorporates uranium into its structure, acting as a sealed atomic clock. Inside the crystal, unstable radioactive parent isotopes spontaneously decay into stable daughter isotopes at a highly predictable exponential rate. This is defined by the isotope's half-life, the precise time it takes for exactly half the parent atoms to transform. Today, scientists use highly sensitive instruments like a mass spectrometer to measure the exact ratio of parent to daughter isotopes remaining in a sample. By applying the decay equation to that ratio, they calculate the absolute age of the rock. Combining the relative page numbers of fossil correlation with the absolute publication dates of radiometric anchoring created the modern geologic timescale. It provides a continuous calendar, allowing us to rewind Earth's history all the way to its violent origins. We start 4.56 billion years ago in the Hadean eon. Earth was a molten, highly volatile wasteland, constantly bombarded by solar system debris. Volcanoes vented thick clouds of methane, ammonia, and carbon dioxide, creating an environment entirely hostile to life. As the bombardment slowed and the planet cooled into the Archean eon, water vapor condensed to form the first widespread oceans. In these dark waters, the earliest single-celled microbes emerged, surviving entirely on chemical energy in an atmosphere devoid of free oxygen. Then, during the Proterozoic eon, a microscopic mutation triggered a massive planetary shift. Early cyanobacteria developed the ability to photosynthesize, taking in solar energy and releasing oxygen as a toxic byproduct. We see the physical evidence of this great oxidation event permanently recorded in the rock. The newly released oxygen immediately reacted with dissolved iron in the ancient oceans, precipitating out to deposit these thick, rusted bands of solid iron across the seafloor. This initial stretch of time, known collectively as the Precambrian, accounts for 88% of Earth's total history. While you won't find complex animal fossils here, this vast interval built the invisible, oxygen-rich infrastructure required to support everything that followed. With the atmosphere oxygenated, the Cambrian period kicked off the Paleozoic Era with an intense burst of biological diversity. The fossil record suddenly floods with hard-shelled marine invertebrates, trilobites, and complex predators. Over the next 200 million years, life crawled out of the shallow seas. Plants established dense, continent-spanning swamp forests, while early arthropods and jawed fish evolved into giant insects and the first terrestrial amphibians. This map shows the major land masses slowly migrating and violently colliding to form the supercontinent Pangaea. As the continents merged into a single block, ocean currents were disrupted, coastal habitats vanished, and the deep interior of the landmass shifted into a harsh, arid desert. This severe climate disruption culminated in the end Permian extinction. Approximately 90% of all marine species and 70% of terrestrial vertebrates died out, demonstrating exactly how tightly biological survival is tied to geological stability. Earth recovered during the Mesozoic era. The climate shifted into a warm, humid greenhouse state, creating lush tropical environments where early reptiles rapidly diversified into the dominant dinosaurs. As this animation demonstrates, the massive Pangaea supercontinent eventually began to rift and fracture. Ocean waters rushed in to fill the expanding gaps, permanently isolating animal populations on different continents. Cut off from one another, these populations were forced to adapt to different local environments, driving rapid speciation. By the late Cretaceous period, sea levels reached their absolute highest point in Earth's history. Flowering plants dominated the landscape, providing the energy base that supported highly specialized apex predators. For over 100 million years, these reptiles successfully adapted to every available niche. Yet, an entirely random, catastrophic asteroid impact vaporized this stability, wiping out all non-avian dinosaurs and resetting the biological board. The dust settled to reveal the Cenozoic Era. With the massive apex predators gone, small surviving mammals and early birds rapidly diversified, branching out to fill the vacant forests and empty oceans. Meanwhile, the tectonic plates kept moving. The Indian plate smashed into Eurasia, pushing up the Himalayan mountains. This massive influx of exposed rock increased chemical weathering, a process that physically scrubbed carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere and triggered a global cooling trend. Earth transitioned into a harsh icehouse state during the Quaternary period. As massive glaciers rhythmically advanced and retreated across the northern hemisphere, natural selection favored thick coats and heavy, heat-retaining body structures perfectly adapted to cold. The terrestrial ecosystems we recognize today, and our own early human ancestors, evolved directly in response to the demands of this cooling, glaciated planet. Looking at these exposed layers, it becomes clear that the geologic timescale is a physical ledger. It documents a 4.5 billion year feedback loop, where shifting tectonic plates alter the climate, and the climate dictates which forms of life survive. Our precise address on this immense calendar is the Holocene epoch, nestled at the very top of the Quaternary period. And just like the microscopic cyanobacteria that pumped oxygen into the Archean skies, human activity has become a literal geological force. We are rapidly altering the carbon chemistry of the atmosphere and shifting the acidity of the oceans. The story contained in the rocks beneath us is ongoing. The geologic timescale hasn't stopped. And right now, humanity is laying down the exact chemical and biological conditions that will define the planet's next layer.